Hi guys, thank you so much for being here. My name is Dr. Lynda Cramer and thank you so much for being here today. Okay, yes, I know I was not here last week. It was almost like the universe just caved in around me. Whenever we talk about health, we're always talking about inner work that needs to be worked on. Whether we have physical health or mental health, that is something on our insides that has to be dealt with. So not only have I been struggling this past 2 weeks with things happening on my inside, I've also had all the external factors going off around me. Not only did we have a cyclone that directed straight at my house, we ended up having massive flooding and property damage where I live. If you're unaware, I live in a high-rise apartment building and we had doors flown off, windows shattered, mold, flooding, etc. Okay? Then, a few days later, everyone got sick. Ha ha ha, me inclusive. But wait, it got better, because not only did we have all this chaos, external chaos, but we also had, wait for it, because our bins hadn't been emptied. We have huge industrial bins because there's 48 units in this complex. So we have huge industrial bins, and because they weren't emptied for 3 weeks, we ended up having a maggot infestation that actually went into people's units. Thankfully, not mine, but I was out there helping people, as I always do. I was out there with my mop and broom sweeping the flooded carpets in people's units, on top of that being sick myself. So that just shows you what a person I am, okay? I'm always trying my best to help other people, especially you gorgeous people who love seeing me every week. So there are a couple of lessons, first of all, that I want to talk about in this. One is expectations. I've had a lot of emails this week. Thank you so much for those who are concerned about me. However, there was one or two that sort of concerned me because they had an expectation that I was going to be available for them. And you know what? We are only humans. And if we were immortal angelic souls in this existence, we wouldn't have all this chaos, especially the external chaos, which I want to talk about next. So we have to take those expectations off the shelf, guys. You know, not everyone is always 100% on. No one is ever 100% able to be there and do what they can for others. So this was a little wake-up call for me because, you know, it's been about 6 months since I've been ill, and I've now realised that every 6 months I think I'm just going to take a week off. I haven't had a holiday. Tashi was 6, the last real holiday I had. So that was 12 years ago. So when I take a week off, it's usually because I'm not well. So please understand, guys, I wasn't here last week. If you do have an issue with it, please look at yourself and ask, why do you expect so much out of other people? What is it that's triggering you? Because this could be an opportunity for you to look at yourself. Are you there available for others? Do you feel self-centered or deserving that you feel that other people should just be there for your beck and call? So this is something that we all have to work out, yeah? Because I have to go through it as well. I was lying in bed the other day thinking, oh my God, I feel so bad. I should be up. I've got people who have bought readings from me. I've contacted them telling them I'm sick, but I should be doing their readings for them because I don't like letting people down. So even myself this week, I've been going through the what does it matter ultimately, because we have to look after ourselves first, okay? So I have been getting through the people who bought readings from me, who have contributed towards readings. And guess what? I'm now catching up. So if you do want a private reading from me, the link is below in the description. I don't charge. I only ask for contribution through PayPal. And then we set up a time and date that suits both of us because, hello, I'm in Brisbane, Australia. And if you do want a private reading from me, damn, we can organise that. I do have a lot of spots available this week. Okay, so today is, let's talk about the external chaos. I was watching footage the other day. They're now just charging people, taking people to court and giving them fines, etc., for damaging Tesla cars. Oh my gosh, where has this suddenly appeared from? And who are these people in their own demented ways of thinking? It's not logical thinking what these people are doing. Because I'll tell you my philosophy on this is that we hear stuff on the news, we hear stuff on the radio, newspaper, podcasts, YouTube channels, wherever you get your sources from. And what happens is people believe what they hear without going out and researching it themselves. So I watched this guy the other day who said, Elon Musk is horrible. He's done nothing good, nothing good. So I researched what he did in North Carolina because I lived in North Carolina for years. In that hurricane that hit North Carolina last year, Elon Musk, he defied Biden, who actually told him don't go there. Now, why did Biden do that? Originally for, but Elon Musk just walked in and he gave everybody Starlink internet access for free. So I know for a fact why he did that is so people could lodge their insurance claims so they could get paid. Now, Biden tried to prevent that from occurring. So when I look at just that example, which I've researched and it's all true, Biden didn't want to go in there for 3 months. So why was it that Elon Musk did it? Who is he? Why did he just take the bull by the horns and say, I'm going in there? Defied the president of the United States. And then why did he give everything free? So is he really that bad? Because I know for a fact not everyone is all bad. Everybody has good things about them. And the one that I do like talking about is Hitler, because he had Eva Braun, and she saw something in him. She loved him for some reason. So not everyone is 100% pure evil. Bill Gates, I'm sure he's got things out there that he's done that's good. I can't name any because everything I research goes against my grain of moral compasses, right? But at the end of the day, let's try not to judge people because all this external chaos is doing, it's creating internal chaos, which makes us sick, unwell, it makes us confused, it makes us have a lowered vibrational status, and ultimately then we can't shine and be our true energetic beings of our soul. So I hope that you've all listened to that little preaching of a Sunday morning for me in Brisbane, Australia. But ultimately, thank goodness I've been unwell for the last 2 weeks. So I've had to avoid all this external chaos. I had no choice in the matter. It's like the universe just said, Linda, we're going to close that door and you're not going into that external chaos for another 2 weeks. So I've actually had a really good recovery because I'm not listening to what's going on in the media, So guys, when you see these little flip out people doing whatever they're doing, feel some sort of compassion for them because they're so brainwashed that they cannot see reason in their actions. And that's exactly what we're going to see a hell of a lot more of. So please listen up, guys. We're going to see a hell of a lot more of this coming out in the next few years. I've said it before. I've been saying it since 2001 when I died. There is going to be so much chaos, lies and deception where people believe what's on the news and they act on it. And now we're seeing that with the Tesla situations. So please, guys, before you do anything outlandish, sit back, breathe and say to yourself, why am I doing this? Is there going to be consequences on me for this? And thirdly, what are the consequences to the person I'm doing it to? Because that's the perspective of heaven. You know, I died in 2001. I had a brilliant near-death experience. So we have to look at the perspective of what's happening to the other person when we're doing these actions. Okay? Alrighty, so that's enough from me today. I'm only going to be here for an hour today because I've got a couple of things I've got to do because, hello, I haven't been doing much for the last 2 weeks. So today the sun is out. We had 300 mils of rain yesterday. Massive flooding everywhere. But today's the sun is out. It's hot, so I must get out with my daughter. So I'm only going to be here for about another 45 minutes. So for all the people who have already commented, thank you so much. I've already pulled out about 15 cards for people up until where I was at with my comment. So guys, I'm here every Sunday morning, 9 o'clock Brisbane time. Please comment early if you're watching. This is how you get your cards nice and early. So you can just come back later and watch my live and see your card getting pulled, okay? So if you do want a private reading from me, please go to the link below. I have got heaps of spots available for private readings this week. Okay, so let's start the ball running. Josie Science. Good morning, Jojo. Hey, Linda, what is my expected outcome for this semester? Honey, stop having an expectation. I've just spoken about expectations. This is one of the worst things that we can do as humans, okay? When we're having expectations, we are actually creating a scenario that we want to occur. Those scenarios never happen, okay? So I always tell people, go to the worst case scenario. The worst case scenario, what is that? So when you've identified and you've created that in your brain, it won't happen again. Okay, so when we create the failure of whatever it is that we're doing, okay, whether it's making a cake, doing exams, in our job, marriage, friend zone, or whatever, you go to that worst case scenario and then things can't get worse than that. So we don't have that anxiety attached to the expectations. Okay, now I have pulled you a card, Jojo, so I want you to go and have a look at these ones. The first one is the Five of Cups. Five of Cups, Joe. Please go research what this one is about for you. And the lovey-dovey card, for those who don't know, I use my love dove cards. Every card starts with the word love. So if you watch today, I've got about 15 of these. They've all got love as the first word. Yours says love willingly compromises and accommodates others' needs. So instead of making this all about you, Joe, go and ask other students to do study with them as well. Okay? This would be a good time for compromising and accommodating other people. Other people may be struggling and they're struggling on the part that you do know. But then they know what the part that you don't know. So it's a win-win situation for both of you, or in a group, what we call here study buddies. Go and find yourself a study buddy, someone that you can relate to, because this guy here is telling me, don't give up yet, okay? Because there are ways out of this for you, okay? So, Joe, you're my first one, so I like giving you a little bit of time. There's your 2 cards for the day, okay? Please go find your own special meaning there, okay? Now, my voice is still a little bit croaky, so please bear with me today. James Holland, nanu, Space Cadet. I'm in my bat shirt. Same bat time, same bat channel, James. Please know I've just messaged you on Facebook Messenger this morning, okay? If you know what I'm talking about. Okay. Yay, you're back. May I have cards and guiding message from the lady above? Speak to you soon, Lola. Says, woof. Your dog is so adorable. Okay. Just to let you know, James sent me this footage of his dog, Lola. She met a horse. And the horse is there leaning down over this dog, and the dog lies there rolling around and just letting this huge beast of an animal look at her tummy. So for a dog to be that vulnerable, showing its, exposing its most vulnerable part of its body, which is the belly, this dog shows how much trust it has. This is a really gorgeous dog, Lola. I love her. When I saw that video, it was like, oh, okay. I'm not going to show it because it's private, okay? But yeah, it was a brilliant video. So, James Holland, I've got cards for you. First of all, you've got the King of Swords. Now, you're male, so this card is all about you, King of Swords, okay? And your lovey-dovey card says love would be thoughtful and caring. And you're already showing that because you sent me that beautiful footage of Lola with the horse. I love getting my videos of animals, I tell you. So there's your two cards, James. Thank you so much, and I'll talk to you on Facebook Messenger. Okay, so let me just clear my throat because I'm still unwell. Okay, the Abacus 30. Hi, Dr. Lynda. Nice to see you're doing a show today. Yay! Will you please pull a card for me? Thanks, and I hope you're doing well. Yeah, I'm getting better. Everything's, things are gonna get better. Are gonna get better. However that song goes. Okay. I've got the Huskies going today. All right, so the Abacus 30, you've got the Page of Cups. And your lovey-dovey card says, love would do small acts of kindness. Love would do small acts of kindness. Now, sometimes, Abacus 30, the acts of kindness that we have to do is for ourselves. That's a big message for me this week because I've just had a week off, okay? External chaos, internal issues going on. So sometimes we have to look after both sides, the internal and the external. So this could be a time for you to look after you, Abacus. Okay, Caitlin. Hi, Linda. May I have a card? Many thanks. Of course you can. Now, you've got a major arcana, Caitlin L. I'm going to go there. It's the Tower. So the message with the Tower is to always ensure that from the ground up, the foundations are always right in order for things to survive or work out well, okay? When we build things on false promises and we don't put the ideas and the effort into what we do, things fall apart. Think about baking a cake. If you don't put the eggs into the cake mix, it doesn't come out so well. So the Tower shows pay attention to detail, okay? And your card this week, Caitlin, love would plant a garden of flowers, which means, again, pay attention to the details, okay? Once we sow the seeds, we still have to look after what is occurring and water it, weed it, and look after it until it grows, okay? So love would plant a garden of flowers, to me, says nurture what you've got. Okay, going down now to the Hammer Bammers. Gosh, I have been sending you goodwill. Oh, you're such a gorgeous person, Hammer Bammers. I'm so glad you're here. I'm so glad I'm here too. Oh my God, I'm so glad to be here too. Yes, can I have two cards if possible? Of course you can, Hammer Bammers. First one I got for you is the Knight of Wands. Happy days with him. Oh, hang on, it goes this way. Okay, your lovey-dovey card says, love would think positive thoughts. How many people right now are struggling with their own mental health? How many people now are confused, not knowing where they're going, what's my path, what's my purpose type stuff? So when we look into ourselves and we say, what can I do today that's going to bring positivity to others? That's one reason why today's the sun's out. So I'm taking my daughter out, spending some time with her. So I'm not going to be here long this morning. So love would think positive thoughts. Get out there and do something good for yourself or others. And you've also got the Knight of Wands. Hammer Bammers. Okay. Oh my goodness. My throat is not the best still. Okay, Vicky Light. She says, hey, Linda. Hey, Vicky Light. Hope you're doing well. Australia and Canada are both having elections soon. Any thoughts? Oh, you know, I look at elections as an opportunity to not only get rid of the garbage, but it's also to give other people a chance to do what they say they're going to do as well. Right now here in Australia, as well as in Canada, you and I have both got the perfect opportunity to look outside of this political box of sides. There's two sides, left and right. How about we scrap both and go for the little guy on the outside who says, hey, how about you elect me? So here in Australia, we have a few that I'm looking at. One is Senator Rennick. He's just started, and he's a senator. He's just started his own political agenda, because they all have agendas. So his agenda is he wants to scrap immigration, get the actual Australians back into houses, because we have such a housing crisis here as all over the planet. But now that we've just realised we've only got 25 million people in Australia, and only just in the last 3 years, we've brought in 2 million immigrants of a certain demographic, if you're following what I'm saying, which is now happening in the UK. So what happens when that happens? I'm going to tell you what I just saw. I went over to the big mall near me. It's called Garden City Shopping Centre. It's at Mount Gravatt here in Brisbane. I went over there the other day. It's about a 20-minute drive away. And they've got Ramadan celebrations everywhere. Now, I'm not racist. I don't care what people do. But I feel compelled when I see something to go outside that box. Because don't take me anywhere, because I speak my own truth. Which is another reason why I've had to shut up for the last 2 weeks. Isn't it funny? I've had no voice for 2 weeks. It's like the universe saying, Linda, don't. So I was over at Garden City 2 days ago, and here is all this Ramadan celebrations. Huge signs, huge displays. So I went up to the information desk, and there's this beautiful guy standing there. Hello, how can I help you? And I said, yes, can you please direct me to your Easter display? Crickets. Bark, bark, bark. And then I heard the it was like the warning, Will Robinson. And this guy looks at me and he says, what? And I said, well, Easter's in a few weeks. Where's your Easter display? I'd like to go and see it. You know the answer, don't you guys? There wasn't one. There won't be one. So why have they got all these Ramadan? Now, I'm not racist here at all. But if you're going to go with one political or religious agenda, you've got to follow suit with all of them, because this is discrimination. One of the big attributes of discrimination is race. So you can't just support one race without being diversified, because isn't that America and Canada right now? So I'm not doing anything here to upset anyone, but I'm just bringing awareness that if you're going to do it for one, you've got to do it for everybody, yeah? So if they're going to have all these Ramadan celebrations, etc., you've also got to do the Christian. So I asked him, where's your Easter display? And believe me, I didn't have a voice a few days ago. I've been unwell. And I'm waiting there, and it's like I've got the timer on, and it's like 5 minutes, 32 seconds and counting, because he couldn't answer, because there wasn't one. So I said to him, because I always go there, you can't take me anywhere, really. My friends know, don't take me anywhere, because I speak my truth, which is the truth. And I said to this guy, I said, are you aware, last time I checked, come on, I hope you're laughing here. The last time I checked, okay, get over that. The last time I checked, Australia was a Christian country, part of the Commonwealth. And he looked at me and he's like, I could see his eyes were about to like flip backwards. And his chin was But this is the truth of the reality of what we live in, isn't it? You know? I have been telling people for 24 years now that we are in a spiritual war. Okay? Immigration is the biggest way of invasion. It's legal invasion. And I've been saying this for 24 years because I've seen this coming. Look at what's happening now in the UK. Look at what's happening now in Sweden, where they've just banned the burqa and now they're starting to charge people, give them fines if they wear a burqa in public. Boy, Australia's broke. I know how we get out of debt within about a week. Oh my God. I'm laughing at it because it is just so funny sitting back and watching all this external chaos that's being created. Okay? And it is external chaos. So one of the videos I'm going to do this week, let me just write this down. I've got to write this down, okay? External chaos. Okay. Chaos. I'm also going to do a video this week about mental health. Do they have a life review or do they go to hell? Okay, because look how many people now have got mental health issues, okay? Because I'm just laughing at it. Seriously, even though it's the most serious thing on the planet, because I struggle from mental health also with my PTSD. But so I'm going to actually go there and just do a video about the life review. Do we actually go to heaven if we have mental health? We all struggle with mental health. We all get stressed. So is this going to prevent the doors opening at the Golden Gates to access the Golden City? Or are we condemned to the pit of hell for the rest of eternity because we have mental health disorders? So please watch that video. I'm going to do it this week. I've got to get some more videos out there. Okay. If you do have a topic for a video, please email me. My email is below, linda@lindaray.info, and just say, hey, how about you do a video about this? Please let me know if I can use your name, like, I don't know, Michael in Oregon, or even if it's just M from USA, okay? Please let me know. So I love giving credit to people who do give me ideas for videos, okay? So it's not just my idea. I don't steal other people's ideas. That's why I like having people's names. I've received an email from Sophie, and this is what Sophie said, okay? Because I did do one about Sophie. If we all know, maybe not, but we know Sophie's watching today because she always does. Thank you so much. So let's get back on track. Okay, so Australia and Canada, we have the perfect opportunity now to get rid of the corruption that's been going on for before we were born. I know my preferences of who I'm voting for. You know, we've got one guy that's just come out, Clive Palmer, one of our first billionaires here in Australia. He's actually started a new party and he's called it Trumpets for Patriots. How close to Trump can you get? So he's put the word Trump there as the first word. So there's a lot of people now looking at his Trumpets for Patriots. Trumpets for Patriots, because we're sick and tired of all these people coming to our land. They don't assimilate. They want to enforce their rules here. And also, they're taking all our houses, cars, jobs, welfare, food. Gosh, 2 weeks ago, I saw it. I was in the shopping centre just getting some basic groceries, and there are a certain type of people with 5 trolleys absolutely taking everything. Now, that sort of hoarding drives me insane because it shows how selfish some people really are. I hope that he had 16 wives and 42 children that he was supporting. And that is God-given truth there. I hope and pray that's his situation. But if he's just mass hoarding, panic buying, like a lot of people are during that cyclone that we just had, we've got to look at perspective here. It's sad just how the world is going at this point. So, Vicky Light, you've got the opportunity. Spread your word. Be your namesake, Vicky Light. Be the light worker. Get out there and tell people what you think is really going on. Because I'll tell you something, it's true. Whatever you're thinking is going on, it's the truth. And that's why I do this show every week where I tell my truth, because 98% of what I say is the truth. Oh my gosh. Now, I do have to go there. I've got to be a little bit concerned now. Just before Christmas, I did a reading for a lady who lives in Asia. And she said, how's life in Asia going? Instantly I saw buildings shaking. Now, I told her, because it's on her chart, I've checked it, because as you know, if you've had a reading from me, I take notes and I keep them in a secure lockup drawer here. So no one else ever reads my notes, because you can't read them anyway, because I draw, you don't want to see my writing. Only I understand my shorthand. But at the end of the day, I said to this lady, I can see an 8-point earthquake hitting somewhere around Thailand, Indonesia, and it's going to be an 8-pointer around March, April. Now, I told that lady that 3 months ago. I found her sheet the other night where I wrote it down, because I talked to her on, I think it was 28th of December last year. So I don't like it when my prophecies come true, especially when people get hurt and killed, right? But at the end of the day, it shows me that I'm on the right path with my predictions and what I tell people when they ask me future events. So with Canada and Australia, Vicky Light, I know we're both screwed over. It's not going to improve. But hopefully we do get some word out there that things have to get changed. Okay? Thank God Trudeau's gone. Albanese's about to be gone. One of the biggest corrupted people, in my personal opinion, ever to exist in Australian politics. What he's done to Australia in the last 3 years is, all I can say, I hope and pray we have a Doge that comes in and sorts it out. Okay? That's all I have to say. Our Prime Minister just committed hundreds of millions to Ukraine. Now, we're talking peace deals here. So why is he still throwing money to them if they're doing a peace deal? That just shows you straight away what this man is about. Because it's not my taxpayer money that I want going over there. I want my tax money to go to fixing the roads after these floods, to bring in the infrastructure and the trucks to bring in food for all the people who haven't been able to get to the shops lately to get food and water. I want electricity services re-established again after these floods, so people get internet access so they can access their insurance claims and get money to help them get through this time of distress and trauma. That's where I'm at, and I hope that's where you're at too when you decide who to vote for. Who's looking after the people who live there, who've built the country? We built this city on rock and roll. Yeah. I should be wearing my AC/DC t-shirt today. I've got a few of them in the cupboard. But at the end of the day, sorry, I just go into song when she throws a song in my head. But at the end of the day, being serious, the world is pretty much stuffed at this point. And what happens when we hit downright bottom? There's only one way up, right? When you can't go down anymore, you can only go upwards. And I do see this piece is coming in, So we've just got to be patient. We've got to go under our rock, which like I've done for the last 2 weeks, and really just work out who we are on our inside, do our inner healing, getting through all our own personal issues, grudges, regrets, all the reasons that bring in and that allow negative energy to enter into our soul, and really work out who we are and who we want to be. You know, at the end of the day, I want to be someone who's caring, supportive, trustworthy, loyal, devoted, and about another 10 or 20 attributes on that as well. So I try and live and talk my walk when I do that. So that's why I'm here for free. So Vicky Light, you commented, I answered. So let's keep moving. Billy T, hello, Dr. Lynda. Yep. Okay. Actually, oh gosh, what have I done? Vicky Light, here's your cards. I've got it down because it's got VL written next to it. 8 of Cups. And love would take care of a friend in need. There you go, Vicky Light. There's your cards. Love would take care of a friend in need. Be nice to everybody. And please look at the 8 of Cups and see what that private message is there for you as well, darling girl. Okay, let's keep going. Billy T, hello, Dr. Lynda. May I have a card? Thanks. Yes, you can. I've got 2 for you. The first one is the 2 of Swords. Okay, 2 of Swords, Billy T. And your Love Dove card says, love goes last and opens doors for others. So this is a perfect time to really look at what you're doing for yourself to make you that better person for others, Billy T. Okay? Please research what the 2 of Swords means and then incorporate love goes last and opens doors for others. Okay. I'm not going to open up my Easy Tarot handbook today, which I have here. I don't have time because I really do want to get off here in about the next 20 minutes. So let's just keep powering through. Jennifer Montague. Hello, Dr. Lynda. I'm glad to have you back. Please, may I have a card for the week? Thank you so much. Just a heads up, guys. Wednesday, I'm going to do a midweek tarot. So I'm going to do a tarot spread for the next week. Okay. I haven't gotten onto March horoscope. If you noticed, I haven't done a monthly horoscope for a few months. If I do get time tomorrow, because that's the 1st, I'll try and get the monthly horoscope done. But I'm going to do a tarot. I'll do a live. So I pull the cards and talk about what is coming for the next week. Politics, weather modification. Did you notice my video that I did about weather modification? They turned off monetization for that video. That shows me I'm on a good wicket there. That shows because even Australia.gov, our Australian federal government website, they actually have a point there. I've read it and I should have screenshotted it, but it actually says that they have the technology to turn on and turn off the weather. So when these floods occur, droughts occur, tornadoes, cyclones, hurricanes, tsunamis, are they manipulating it? Is the biggest thing that we should be asking, because they do have the technology now to do it. And if you haven't been aware of it, 5 US states have now come out on top of the others. So there's more. There's about 10 or 15 now who have all stated that they are stopping chemtrails. What does that tell you straight away? It's all real, right? If they have to put out notifications and legislation that they're stopped doing it, that shows me that they were doing it, right? So, Jennifer Montague, you have got the Queen of Wands, my darling girl, and your card says, love goes swimming when it gets hot. So to me, what this card represents is it means look after yourself, darling girl. Love goes swimming when it gets hot. Do some self-care on yourself this week, Jennifer. Okay, and really look at what the Queen of Wands is about. You know, it usually means that you're very, very busy. You've got a lot of stuff going on. So please take time out for yourself this week. Okay, JC Science, what can your lady say about my choices up ahead of my MD, PhD? If not your lady, pull a card for my Mount Sinai That's my school. Thanks you. Well, Josie, I gave you the first card this morning, darling girl. Please be aware of stop having expectations. Talk to your lecturers, and most of all, join some other study buddy groups so they're helping you to learn this as well. Okay. All right, Agent 99, I've missed you. Card, please. Yes, you can have a card, Agent 99. First one is your lovey-dovey card. Love enjoys doing things together. Come on, let's stick together. Brian Ferry, he's always coming through on a Sunday, isn't he? He's come about 4 weeks in a row. I've sung, come on, let's stick together. Love enjoys doing things together. Okay. And your card is the Four of Swords. So Agent 99, please have a look at those two together. Four of Swords and love or enjoys doing things together. Okay. Josie again. Will my professor let me take my final? This one is just a yes-no answer. Of course he's going to, okay? Yeah. Okay, Josie, please understand you've got to really allow and stop having expectations going on. Okay, Colin M, we're up to. Good morning, Colin. Thank you so much for being here, Colin. Okay. Yes, you can have two cards. You've got the Justice card coming to you. Oh, Colin. The Justice card. Now, the other one I've got, love would try to remain optimistic. So please keep manifesting all those wants and desires of a good outcome with anything that you're going through. Okay. Now, why is Neighbours coming in for? Okay. Not the TV show. Neighbours. Not that TV show. I'm seeing like your real neighbours. I can't believe I ever watched that show when it first started in the 80s. Oh my gosh. Anyway, but Justice with love would try to remain optimistic. This means that there is a battle going on for you at this point. It could be just an inner battle, but try and work out the justice on the side of it, okay? Alrighty. So Denise White, hi Linda, love you. Love you too, Denise. Got you some cards. Love would trust in the angels to guide their pathway. Now, it's hard to expect something. It's hard to say, why didn't that happen or why did that happen? But at the end of the day, Denise, angels know the bigger story here. We are eternal souls. Everything does ultimately happen for a reason. So please trust your angels to guide your pathway here, okay? And B, because I'm always thinking about B, okay? And the other card I got for you is the Seven of Swords. Please go and have a look at that one too, please, Denise, okay? Seven of Swords. So there's your two cards. Okay. Bella, finally getting down the queue here, Bella. I've still got a few to pull out here. True. Bella, please let me know. Okay. Please let me know how much long. Okay, and then 2 comments down, she says, please let me know how much longer I have to serve in this body. Bella, I never tell people how long you're going to live for. Even if I knew ultimately a date or a time, I would never tell you because it's your free will when you pass. And ultimately, it's none of my business. It's your contract, your soul contract, your life contract that you've assigned to yourself, and no one else needs to know your business. But at the end of the day, if you want out of this body, ask yourself what you're missing out on. Because we're all here to learn lessons. We're all here. We're eternal. Why would you rush it for? Enjoy this place where you are now. You know, next time it may be 10,000 times worse. Seriously. You may be born in medieval UK where they were beheading people. I'm serious. So why would you want to exit this life for without knowing the full capacity of why you're here? And I also say it like this. There are many, many times we relive the same life over and over Why do you think we have deja vu? Because we've done this before and we didn't get it right, so we get sent back to do it again. Time does not exist. So I get a lot of deja vu in my life, and I know that's because I've done this life before. So many times where I've had deja vu. And I have dreams where I think, oh my God, I know what's going to happen tomorrow because I've done this before. So don't be in a hurry to exit this life, okay? And don't look at the downfalls and the pitfalls of ending it, because at the end of the day, there's always opportunities to get out there and do something good for somebody else, even if it's just putting water out on a hot day for wild animals or birds, okay? Because that's how we get brownie points, okay? So I'll tell you what I do have for you, Bell 72. You got the Two of Wands. You're at a path. You've got a distinct path that you can go. Now, both end up at the same place, which is heaven, and in your case, but you've got two ways to get there. You got the long and good way, or you got the short and not so good way where you may come back and do all this again. So isn't it funny I got that for you, the Two of Wands? So please go look at the Two of Wands. And the Love Dove card says, love has no need to fabricate stories or tell lies. So be true to yourself. Be true to yourself and get out there and live your life the best way that you can. Try to avoid all this external chaos that's going on. But at the end of the day, nothing else matters, only what we feel on our inside. Okay? Yeah. Deb Zonley, happy Sunday, lovey. Rain's finally stopped in Noosa. Oh, I hear you. How much rain have we had in the last 24 hours? I'd love a card, please. Oh, my God. Deb Zonley. Thank God you're in Queensland, because there's so many people who say, oh, yeah, they're not having that much rain. Yeah, really. Couldn't leave the house yesterday. We were flooded in again. So, Deb's Only, you got the Nine of Wands. Nine of Wands for you, Deb's Only. Okay. And love would go for a walk in the sunshine. And isn't it funny the sun's out today? So put on your best shoes. Get out there, Debs. I'm getting off here in about 10 minutes. That's all I've got left. So please go out and enjoy today's sunshine. It is a warm day out there. So get out and enjoy the sun. Get the sun on you. Get your vitamin D's in your Deb. Okay. So go for a walk in the sun. Isn't it funny? You got that card for today. And you've also got the Nine of Wands. Okay. All right. Belle's commented again, but we've already gone there. So there's my comment. Now, James Cole. Good morning, James. I hope you're doing well. You weren't around last week. Yeah, I've been unwell. You know, life can be a struggle at times. So we've got to do our best to get through so then we're available for other people, don't we? So, James Cole, I've actually got you the Knight of Swords. Now, this card represents you. Oh, sorry, I should be doing, the Life of Brian. Because whenever I get the horse, I always do the Life of Brian, the coconuts. Knight of Swords. And James, your lovey-dovey card says, love would make sure everyone has enough food to eat. So this is where we've got to self-manage what we're doing in order for other people to be successful as well. So if love is making sure that everyone has enough to eat, there's got to be that mediator, the negotiator who supplies all this love and other feeling to other people. So that's what this card is about. It's not just about food, it's about the energy associated to it. So there's always got to be the person out there, here's some for you, here's some for you, here's some for you, and now I'm having this big batch for me. So at the end of the day, look after yourself first so you are available for everybody else's needs as well. And that's my message for this week. That's been my message, The universe puts me into a spot for a week, external and internal worries. So I have to go and just look after myself for a week. Okay? Alrighty. Next level soul. No, sorry. Butterfly S. Butterfly 6. Card, please. So this is your cards. King of Pentacles. And love knows there is always enough love to go around. Isn't that gorgeous. All righty. So, guys, that's where I'm up to now. They're the ones that I've already pulled cards for today. Have you noticed I do all this before I start my show? So when I announce my show, usually about an hour before I go live, please comment so I can pull your cards beforehand. So now that I'm up to Next Level Soul Rising, hello, good morning. Thank you so much for joining me. Good afternoon, I should say, for you. So now that we're up to here, I've got to personally pull out some cards. Now, I'm only down to now 10 minutes because I've got to go out this morning with my daughter. So Next Level Soul Rising, may Willow and I please have 2 cards each. All right, let's try and get this done. If I miss you today, guys, please know that you can have a private reading with me. I don't charge. I only ask for contributions. Okay, through PayPal. The link is below if you want a private reading with me where we set up a Zoom call. Okay, yes, I do up to 90-minute Zoom calls. So please make a contribution and I'm happy to help you. Or, oh my gosh, look at Willow's card. Ugh. Okay, let me just get these cards sorted out. Okay, now I'll just get these 2 little lovey-dovey cards, one for Next Level Soul Rising. Oh my gosh, how are you guys going? Seriously, I know where you live. I'm not a creepy stalker, but I know where you are. How are you guys going with this rain? Oh my God, we had the terriblest rain here yesterday. Out my window, I can usually see for about 5 miles, but last night I was lucky to see across the street. And then when the rain stopped, fog came in. We had fog. We were fogged in. It was so crazy. Okay, let's get through this so I can get a couple more cards done. 7 of Pentacles. Now, Next Level Soul, you got the 7 of Pentacles. And love likes kittens and all baby animals. Aww. So please go and read what that one means for you, please, Next Level Soul. Okay, and now we've got Willows. Willow got the Devil. So this is all our doubts. This is us going through all those what ifs, all this external chaos coming in, making us sabotage ourselves into success. So you got the Devil. This is for Willow. And the other one you've got, love goes swimming when it gets hot. Now, I've already had that one today. So look after yourself, Willow. When things go bad and you're having all these self-doubts and all these devilish thoughts coming in, go out for a walk and clear your head and say, you know what, I'm not going to listen to all that. I'm as good as I am. Okay? Okay, so let's keep going. Granny B, can you please give me a look? Thanks. Oh, yes, you can. Granny B, thank you so much for being here today. My name's Linda. Hello. If anyone hasn't looked at my YouTube channel, I have a lot of playlists there. I have playlists just for heaven information. Why are there chairs in heaven? Why do we see our loved pets, departed pets in heaven? What's the music like in heaven? That sort of thing. I've got one there just on ghosts. Okay. All right. So, Granny B, you got the Emperor card. Please go research what that one means for you. This is a great card, by the way. Okay. Look up your personal message there in Google. Just Google, what does the Emperor card in tarot mean? Okay. Because I really don't get time. Obviously, you can see the comments that I just don't get time to do it today. Okay, Kendra B. Hello, Linda. Glad you survived. I'm so glad I survived too. I sent you a little something. Okay, I hope it helped. Glad you're doing okay. It's good to see you back. Okay, Kendra, thank you so much. And I'm going to give you a card. I sent you a little something. Okay. I'm going to have to check that later. Kendra, you're gorgeous. Okay. We will talk privately. Okay. Let me get you a card. Oh, here it goes. There it. Oh, Ace of Cups. The sun will come out tomorrow. Ace of Cups, Kendra B. Okay. Please go research what that one means for you. All right. Barry. Hi, Linda. Pleased to see you. Oh, gosh. Okay, get out into the sun. Yes, I have to get out into the sun today, Barry. I rule. Oh, God, that just flipped out of nowhere. Your card is the Seven of Pentacles, Barry. Okay. Seven of Pentacles for Barry. Okay. Now, I've just got to get through a couple of comments here. Denise White, I suffer from depression. Please watch my video that I'm going to do tomorrow. It's about mental health and the life review. Okay. Vicky Light, we need a Trumpets for Patriots party in Canada. I believe you, me. We all need it. Looking good, says Toby Elza. Thank you so much, Toby. I'm going to pull you a card. Okay. I really just want to quickly get through a couple more cards here, Dal, before we get off here. Okay. Oh, there it goes. It was that one. Okay. Toby, oh, you got the Page of Cups. News coming. Please go look at that one, Toby. News coming. Things are happening for you, Toby. Oh, I'm so happy for that one. Okay. Be patient, though, and don't have expectations, Toby, because when we have expectations, we're already creating that reality, and reality never occurs twice. Remember that. Okay. Rajput Sisters. Oh, that one just popped out as well. Rajput Sisters, you got the Hierophant. Hierophant for Rajput Sisters. Hey. Please go research what that one is for you. Colin M says, thank you, Linda. Kendra, don't know if you have time for this, but I was just curious. Can you tell us if we've fulfilled our purpose or not yet? Kendra, the very fact that you're still here shows me that you still have things to do. It's when our life purpose is expired. We've learned all our lessons. That's when we're no longer needed. So we go home to start a new life. Okay? So that is one of the videos I'm going to do this week. I'm going to do external chaos, and I also want to do the mental health, and I'll also do a video about purpose and goals. Okay? What is your question? Have I fulfilled my purpose? Okay? And I'm going to put your name on it too. Kendra B. Live Sunday. Okay. So there you go, Kendra. You've just put that into the public domain. I love using the word public domain. So I'll actually say I got a comment on my live from Kendra B. But I was just curious, can you tell me if we've fulfilled our purpose yet? So I'm going to do a video about that this week as well. Okay. All right, so please watch that. Notions and Potions. Hi, card, please. Can't believe I made it live. Nice to see you. Notions and Potions, thank you so much for being here. Okay. For those who haven't heard, on Wednesday, I'm also going to do Wednesday Tarot. Okay, for the week. Okay, I'll do a weekly tarot for Wednesday. I think I'm going to start doing that every Wednesday. Okay. Yep. So please like my videos. Please subscribe to my channel, so you get notifications when they do turn up. So Wednesday for me is obviously Tuesday night if you live in the UK. Notions and Potions. You got the Seven of Pentacles. Please go and have a look at that card and find your own little secret message there. Okay? All right. So let me just see. Notions and Potions. Could I please have a card? I'll give you also a little lovey-dovey card as well because you asked for it nicely. Thank you so much. So this is me for this week, guys. I do have to get off it. Look at that. It's perfectly 10 o'clock. If you do want a private reading from me, please go and make a contribution through PayPal. Email me at linda@lindaray.info. Show me some sort of evidence of what you've contributed so I know it's you. And we can then organise a time and date. So if you do let me know where you are, and even if you say, hey, I'm free at this point, which will be 9 a.m. Tuesday for you in Brisbane, I can just reply with the Zoom link. It's really easy. So Notions and Potions, you got Love Would Go Swimming When It Gets Hot. That's your other card. Now, Reverend Melissa Kennedy. Hi, Dr. Lynda. Wanted to say hello. I've not been on your live in a while. Oh, I know, Melissa. Thank you so much for being here, darling girl. I'm going to get you a card. And James Cole says thank you, but this is going to be my last card for the day, guys. So please, no more comments. I really do have to get off here. Isn't it funny? I've got 15 seconds and I'm at an hour. So this is perfect timing. So guys, if you do want a private reading, come over, make a contribution. I don't charge a set amount, okay, because I know that we're all in financial hardship at this point. I just try and help as many people as I can. I felt bad that I haven't been here for the last week, so please know I am still in catch up, but ultimately I'm trying to help as many people as I possibly can. Melissa Kennedy, you got the 5 of Pentacles. Please go research what that one means. Love you so much, darling girl. You do help so many people. I try my best. You know, it's my mission in life these days. It's my calling. So on that note, guys, same bat time, same bat channel next Sunday. I'm going to be here. Thank you to Reverend for being here today. Take care, says Barry. I love you all. Thank you all for the emails that you've sent me. Thank you all for being concerned about me. I'm back. Same bat time, same bat channel. Nanu next week. Well done, says Notions and Potions. I'll be back next week. Watch out for my videos this week because there's some doozies coming. On that note, talk to you all soon. Stay in love. Stay true to you and don't get involved in this external chaos that they want us involved in. Talk to you all soon. Bye.